Johnson!
Ladies and gentlemen, it's lovely to see you, and it's great being here at the Comedy Store. We've all been shitting bricks this week, and now somebody's built a wall out of them. I can't believe the size of this stage. I've had bigger pizzas than this from Lidl, and they've been harder. And I love that steel staircase up there. It's made me feel really at home. Reminds me of Strange Ways. Ladies and gentlemen, you may have noticed that I'm not Jewish. This has put me at a distinct disadvantage to the rest of the comedians here. Because if I die on stage tonight, there's no one to sit shiver for me. I had a thought earlier. If you got the OBE and you were a bit of a knob, would that make you Obi Kenobi? The other week, I had a practice stand-up and I got heckled. And I did the standard response. I said, "Did your parents know that they were cousins?" And Prince Edward got up and walked out. Kevin Bacon, he's married to his cousin. It's just not kosher, is it? I'll tell you a bit about myself. I'm a bit ugly. I'm a bit fat. Well, I'm not fat, really. I like to look at myself as a sumo that's anorexic. I come from Tilsley. But please don't cheer that. It's a bit like Catherine Zeta-Jones's Fanny. You might pretend to admire it, but you won't want to go there. I'm only joking about Tilsley. Tilsley's great. It's absolutely great. It's got this big street called Elliot Street, and it goes takeaway pub, betting shop, 180 club, used to be the 150 club, but it was hit by inflation. And then right at the top of the street are my favourite takeaways, named after the best actors in the world, De Niro and Pacino. And I went in De Niro's the other day for 2 chicken kebabs, and the bloke behind the counter said, "Are you looking at me? Are you looking at me?" I said, "No, I've just come for 2 chicken kebabs." He said, "There's sure as hell nobody else here. There's a shop full of people." He said, "Do you want sauce?" I said, "Well, what have you got?" He said, "I've got hatred and I've got paranoia." I said, "Well, what's paranoia like?" He said, "Oh, it's awful." He said, "I'm looking over my shoulder. I have to have an injection once a fortnight." Anyway, I got my kebabs. And what happens, it always happens, whether you like it or not, you get a garlic bread thrown in free of charge. And you don't get that in any other industry, do you? You don't go to North Manchester General to get your piles done, and then on the way back from theatre, they say, "Oh, by the way, we threw in a facelift because you're an ugly bastard." I'll tell you something else about myself. I come originally from a place called Little Holton, and it's a massive council estate with no amenities whatsoever. It doesn't even have a public toilet. In fact, some people say Little Houghton is a public toilet. But everyone there has a T-shirt. They all wear T-shirts saying, "Who's the daddy?" And it's got nothing to do with how hard you are. In Little Houghton, it's a genuine question. Because nobody knows who the dad is. I don't know who my dad is. I don't even know who my mum is. And anyone with a tattoo saying mum on it is just boasting. And anyone with a tattoo saying dad on it is frigging lying. And you all enjoyed Father's Day last Sunday, didn't you? Well, in Little Houghton, they had absent Father's Day. And what they do, they all get on the field and they burn a pair of slippers and a pipe. And then they get the ashes and they bury them with a universal remote control from B&M Bargains. And on every street corner, they have a freshly ironed Batman outfit in case fathers from Justice come and visit them. I'd like to thank Ashley Baroda for getting me in this shit. For helping me. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been stunning. Shalom, I love you.
Ian Johnson, ladies and gentlemen, give it up. So that is the 14 acts. The judges are now going to go and deliberate for a few minutes and we'll decide a winner who will get the prize. We have a result, but I'm not going to announce it. So I'm going to introduce onto stage a guy who's spent the last 12 weeks or whatever it is tutoring these guys, helping them along, and he runs the course. He's a great friend of mine, and by all the positive comments around the people, they've loved the course. So give it up for Ashley Baroda!
Let's hear it for Dominic Woodward. He's done a fantastic job. He has, and he's given up his time for free tonight. So an extra round of applause. There you go. There's a trophy and everything. Up there in the far corner are two. Dominic was one judge, and then we have a comedy entrepreneur and a former, now a stand-up comic, with somebody who did my course years ago, Danny Sutcliffe, right up in the corner. John Locke and Johnny Sutcliffe have done a brilliant job judging, free of charge, all their time. And they had to make a judgment, and they said to me, look, this is really, really difficult. You know, how come, you know, it's going to hard. We can't come up with one name. And I said, tough shit, you're going to have to, because time's running out. So, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure. After this has been presented, I just want to give me 1 minute to say some thank yous. But in the meantime, please give the winner of tonight and the laughter factor for 2013 is, please, a massive round of applause for Ian Johnson! Ian Johnson, round of applause. I just want to say thank you for all coming. Thank you for those who sponsored. Thank you for those who supported the acts. Thanks for all the acts who have taken part. Thanks to the Fed. Thanks to the Comedy Store. Thank you, everybody. The next Laughter Factor starts on the 13th of January, so you can sign up. So let's hear one more time for all the acts we saw this evening. Thank you. Good night.